Hello and welcome to our Earth energy clearing. So we are celebrating today a third quarter moon in the sign of Pisces. And I always love clearing energy at the third quarter moon because it is really that time when we get to make an active choice about what we want to release, what we want to let go of. And for me, again, when I think about letting go, or releasing, it's not really that we are getting rid of something or that we are throwing it out. I think of it more in that sense of there's a lot of tension that you're holding in your shoulder and you're just letting your muscle relax. That to me is what letting go is. So I guess at the end of the day, really, we're never destroying matter or destroying energy. It can't be created or destroyed. We are simply experiencing it in a new way, and hopefully in a way that moves more freely. Energy functions best when it can move freely. So what we do in energy clearing is we allow for our energy to flow more clearly. And what that means is that we experience more freedom in our lives across the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the physical. We become more free. And how freedom feels, it feels a lot like joy, feels a lot like happiness. It feels like creativity. And it also frees us to welcome more love into our lives. So I love being able to clear energy, and I love the third quarter moon as that time when we really get to celebrate it. We really get to celebrate the release. This is something that, at least in our modern Western culture, this next week of the moon, where we move from the third quarter back into the new moon, where we are in a waning moon and we're in a time of increasing darkness. The moon is now moving to mostly dark in the sky, and it's going to go all the way back to fully dark. And this is not something that's so recognized, appreciated, or celebrated in our culture, which is so focused on growth and light. So, being able to celebrate this week in particular and the opportunity that this week offers us to let go into more of who we are is just an honor. So, thank you so much for spending this with me. So this particular third quarter moon is happening in the sign of Pisces, and we'll get to play with some of this Pisces energy in a very physical way. We're also remembering that we're tying this third quarter moon in with the lunar cycle that began with the new moon in Taurus 3 weeks ago. And one of the things about Taurus is that it is a very embodied sign. Whenever I think about working with the moon in Taurus, I really think about my physical body as something that's going to be expressing this energy or lighting the way or showing me what I'm holding on to in this case. So, in this Taurus container, looking at our bodies as vehicles or vessels, I suppose, of holding energy in place, it can be a really productive, fruitful outlook. So we'll take that perspective. We'll really be looking into our bodies. Our bodies, of course, are made of energy. Mass is made of energy. This is just a denser form of energy than the body that is all around us, which you might think of as your energy field or your aura. So your physical body is related to all of that. Everything is connected. So we'll work with the physical body since we have this wonderful, supportive Taurus new moon imprint, and we'll be releasing things in that Pisces place of our lives and also that Pisces place in our bodies. And Pisces is associated with or rules over the feet. So we'll particularly focus on our feet. And I think it's really interesting to make that connection between feet and the earth, because when we are standing, or even when we're sitting, if we're sitting on a chair, what is our point of contact with the earth? It's our feet. And our feet are so associated with grounding, so associated with drawing up that beautiful, supportive earth energy, and also with sending things down. It is really that point where we meet gravity. So I think it's fascinating to look at feet from the perspective of both how we connect with the earth, and then also when I think about it in this Pisces plane, it's kind of how we connect with all that is. Pisces really is that place of unity, that place where boundaries dissolve. So here I think about that place as where your feet meet the earth, and that the difference between you and the earth, the separation between you and the earth dissolves. It disappears. And I suppose it's true that when you have your feet on the ground, there is a direct connection of solid atoms or molecules that go from the center of the earth all the way up to your feet without having to go through the air, simply by moving through that earth. And that is just a wonderful thing to appreciate, that truly, as you stand with your feet on the earth, there is a direct connection between you and the center of the earth. There is no separation. It's the same way that if I'm speaking right now, you might hear a number of different words as though I'm not just saying them in one continuous stream of sound. If you didn't speak English, or if I started to speak to you in French and you don't speak French, this would become much more apparent when you listen to a foreign language and it just sounds like a string of sounds that you can't particularly understand. Either someone is talking or they're not. There's no gap. There's no separation between the words. The same thing is true of you and the earth. There's no real gap. There's no real separation. Just like that string of sounds, you can demarcate it and you can say, this is where the earth stops and this is where I start. Or you can take this other perspective where you get to appreciate that you are a continuation of the earth and that that continuation moves up and through your feet. So what we'll do in this third quarter moon is we'll release any barriers that are preventing us from enjoying that unity with the earth. We'll also really appreciate how what we do and who we are and how we act and how we feel and how we think has an impact on the earth. And that to me is a very important point, especially as we're moving into a time of sometimes I might say fairly dramatic changes in the environment around us. How do we hold space for an earth that is strong, for an earth that is loving, for an earth that is healthy? How do we send these thoughts and send these feelings into the earth, knowing that it has an impact? So we'll get a chance to feel that too, both to experience the love and the joy that we get when we are united with the earth, and also to offer that back to the earth, to this wonderful planet that we call home. So with all of that said, I would invite you today, since we'll be putting our hands on our feet, we'll do first a short meditation just to ground ourselves. Don't even need to think of it as a meditation. Maybe think of it as an exercise just to ground yourself and connect you with some of that earth energy. And then we'll be putting our hands on our feet. So if you can place yourself somewhere where you have easy access to your feet, we won't be doing anything too intense. We'll just do a few different positions with our, with our thumbs kind of wrapping our fingers or our hands around our feet. So put yourself in a position where that's possible. If that's not possible for you for any reason, you can just imagine doing it, and that will work just as well. So all of that said, I just invite you right now to take 3 deep breaths. I like to think of this as 1 for the ground below us, 1 for the sky above us, and then 1 for us in the here and now. Then after that 3rd breath, just allowing yourself to close your eyes. We're now going to work with a grounding cord. You might have worked with a grounding cord before. I've learned something new about the grounding cord, that we can work with a grounding cord that has 2 components. I'll share more about where I learned this later. For now, we can just accept it as something that we can play with. It doesn't have to be true. It doesn't have to be true always. It can just be something that we do right now, and we'll see how it works. In these 2 different components, there will be an electrical component and a magnetic component. We know that we have electromagnetic energy. We know that thoughts are electric, and we know that emotions are magnetic. So when we work with a grounding cord in this way, it can help us to release those thoughts and emotions that are in our energy, that are in our space, that we just don't need to hold on to anymore. Things that aren't ours, things that maybe were never ours. So you just want to imagine right here, just the tip of your spine, the lower tip of your spine, just connect into that. Just feel that part of your body. Just notice where it is. Notice that it's there. Know that this place, your root in the root chakra, which very much grounds and connects us with the earth, that this is a place that you can ground from. So just putting our attention on that space, just holding that, and just imagine now that there's a cord descending from this place, from the base of your spine, all the way down, straight down into the center of the earth. And it might be made of light, might feel more like a chain, might feel rubbery or spongy or elastic. Just whatever feels right. You don't have to question it. You don't have to rearrange it. You can just notice what it is. And if it changes, it changes. And then around this cord, I'd like you to imagine a coil, a winding coil. And that cord will be electrical. And that coil will be magnetic. So together, they're going to help us ground, help us release thoughts and feelings into the earth. So just imagine this cord, this coiled cord, again, going down into the center of the earth. As it gets there, you're just inviting it to wrap itself around that center, that core, maybe to tie itself in a knot, maybe to fuse, whatever it is, to just give it that nice, solid, anchored feeling. And then also just adjusting that cord up at the top, just really making sure that it's fitting nicely and snugly onto the base of your spine. You could even imagine a hand, your hand, just moving back and just adjusting it, just getting it nice and firmly in place. As you feel that connection, that firm connection between the base of your spine, between your root and the earth, just allow for energy to flow freely from you down to the earth. You don't need to be conscious of anything in particular. We're just allowing for that energy in your field to just connect in with the earth. And in many ways, we're giving the earth a gift. We're taking that stuck energy in our space. We're sending it down to the earth to be recycled, to be revisited, to be freed. The earth is always happy to help us if only we give it a chance. So just ask for the earth to help you. Just ask for the earth's assistance right now. Its assistance in grounding you. Its help in relieving you of those stuck thinking and emotional patterns. Ask for it to help you free your energy. We can also welcome in some of this loving, supportive earth energy, and we'll welcome it into the bottoms of our feet. There are little chakras, little whirling balls of energy in the bottoms of your feet. So if you like, you can put your feet on the floor. You don't have to. You can feel this even if you're lying down or if you're sitting cross-legged like I am right now. You can just feel the bottom of your feet connecting with the earth. You can feel them almost like they're standing on the center of the earth. So just feel those energy points, the bottoms of your feet. And just invite them to just get a little bit bigger. To just expand and to just welcome in more of that earth energy. Welcoming it into your feet. As you do, you can also notice what color the energy is. You can notice if it has a temperature or texture or even a smell. There's no right answer. And again, you don't need to analyze this too much or at all. You're just noticing what it looks like, what it feels like to you today, right now. And as it mixes with your energy, particularly if there are any parts of your energy that are feeling a little stuck, you might notice there are some different colors, there's a mix of temperatures, the same way that if you're adding hot water into a cold bath, it doesn't always diffuse immediately in a perfectly even way. There might be pockets of warm and pockets of cold. So similar here, we're inviting this earth energy in. We're just going to invite this to move up your legs. So kind of up and through your ankles. You might feel some nice tingles as we do this. And take your time. You don't have to go at the same pace as I'm going. You can go faster, you can go slower. And it doesn't have to always be this way. It's just what's right for right now. Just invite that to go, your ankles to flow up your shins and your calves. Get up to your knees. And those knees can be another energetic turning point as they're sending that energy up into your thighs. Just letting that energy flow up your thighs, up into your pelvis, and just going right down that grounding cord. So you're feeling that energy come up through the bottoms of your feet, and you're feeling it move up your legs, and then go back down into the earth. It's a beautiful little circuit we've got here, connecting your energy with the energy of the earth. Something that's always available for you to consciously tune into. So just take a few moments and just notice what this feels like. Maybe remember what you felt like before we started doing this exercise and just notice if that's different from how you feel now. If it is, maybe notice how it's different. Earth energy can help us to feel calmer, help us to feel more solid, more complete, can help us to feel welcome, can help us to feel powerful. Just whatever it is for you. And now that we've got this beautiful, loving connection, you can keep this going, allow that to flow, and you can keep your eyes closed if you like, or you can open your eyes, whatever feels right. We're now going to put our hands on our feet, and we're going to start with our left foot. I'll show you the screen if your eyes are open, and I'll also describe what I'm doing if they're not, what this looks like. So you're going to take your foot, and you're going to take your thumbs, and you're going to put them on either side of that base knuckle in your fourth toe. So the one that's next to the little toe, the pinky toe. You want to take your thumbs and put them on either side of that knuckle into those grooves right there. Then you just want to wrap your hands around your foot, that your fingers are pressing in, your finger pads are pressing in to the bottom of your foot. And then you can just kind of take your hand down. So you're pressing the whole top of your hand into the top of your foot. Very gently. So it's like a nice, firm, comfortable, and supportive hug for your foot. Again, with those thumb pads on either side of the base knuckle of your fourth toe. And your hands comfortably wrapped around your foot, so your fingers, your finger pads are pressing into the bottom of your foot. And I'd like you to imagine or to understand, because this is true, that your hands are very powerful electromagnets. And that they're going to be able to draw out limiting beliefs, which are stuck thoughts, and also draw out trapped emotions that are present here in your feet, in this place where you merge with the earth. I want you to also notice how every part of your body is connected and how the energy that your hands are going to pull out or free from your feet, that it can move up your arms, around your shoulders, down your back, and head into the earth on that grounding cord. And so we'll just allow for that to happen. And what we're going to do on this left foot is we're going to be releasing. And we'll also set an intention here that your left foot and your right foot work together. Again, you can notice how your left foot and your right foot are connected. Your left foot goes up your leg. That energy can go up your leg, up to your pelvis, and then down to the right foot. So within your body, your left foot and your right foot are connected. So they can work together. They're used to working together. So let's just ask for them to work together in this release. So your left foot can let go of anything that it's holding on to, or that your right foot is holding on to, anything in that space. So we'll just agree to that. Now with your thumbs pressing into the space and your hands wrapped around and holding your foot in a firm and loving embrace, I want you to tune in to despair. Any thoughts, any despairing thoughts about the state of our planet, any despairing feelings that things are incorrigible, that things are going the wrong way, that things are getting worse, that it's hell out there. Just, again, you don't have to feel these feelings. I just want you to tune into them, to just be aware of them. And just ask your hands to just pull those out from your feet. To just release any ideas, any emotions about despair that you're walking around with in these feet, that you're sending into this earth. It's not something that we need to do. And when you're holding on to them this way, the earth can't do anything with it. If we send it down the grounding cord, if we free it, the earth can recycle it. The earth can use it. It's kind of like how if a tree were to hang on to its leaves, its old, dried up, rotting leaves, they could never go into the soil and be recycled. They couldn't go back and become part of the earth. This is what we need to do too. We can't hold on to those leaves. So just let those despair leaves go. Just release them. That doesn't have to be true. If it helps, you can do a little massage around that knuckle point or on the bottom of your foot. Take a nice deep breath. And just let it all go. Just feel it sink down the grounding cord. You can release your foot now for a moment. Just take a nice deep breath and reset yourself. We'll move on to the second point. And the second point is just one knuckle over. So that middle toe, you'll be placing your thumbnails, the pad of your thumbs, on either side of that knuckle, the base of the joint. And again, you'll be wrapping your fingers, your hands around your foot. So I'll show you again what that looks like. And just a nice, warm, firm embrace here. And this time we're going to be letting go with our beautiful electromagnet hands, letting go of doubt. Any thoughts or feelings of doubt? Doubt about our future, doubt about the future of the planet, doubt about its resilience, about its habitability, its ability to regenerate, the strength of the life force inside of it. So doubt about the value and worth of humanity. Doubt about whether we are committed to this earth. Doubt about whether we can be suitable stewards for the earth, whether we can love it and live with it in harmony. Any of that that's present within you. They're things that you've read, things that you've picked up. Things you've heard. We just don't need to hang on to any of that doubt. When did doubt ever help? How could doubt ever help our earth? Especially when we doubt our relationship with the earth, when we doubt our connection with the earth. So let's especially focus on that. Just again, ask your hands to just draw that up from your feet. Doubting the beauty of that seamless connection, just releasing that, just feeling as it goes up your arms, down your spine, and down that grounding cord. And again, give it a nice massage. Rub on either side of that knuckle if you like. Whatever feels right. One more nice deep breath. And remove your hands from your feet, and we'll just rest for another moment. Just take another deep and purifying breath. Now we'll move on. The last time, we're going to be touching our left foot. So we'll now show you what this looks like. Be moving to the next toe along, that second toe. Putting our thumb pads on either side of that base knuckle of the second toe. And just wrapping our fingers as before, lovingly around. Holding our foot in this warm and supportive embrace. What we're going to release this time is fear. Just asking your electromagnetic hands to just pull out any fear that's sitting in your feet, any fear of this relationship, this union you have with the earth. Maybe especially something around fear for your survival. Fear that you've ruined the earth, that we have ruined the earth. Fear that the earth can no longer support us. That sort of fear that can leave us feeling like there's no way out. Just don't need to hold that. There's no way to move forward with all of this fear. Fear doesn't let us see opportunity. And what we need right now is opportunity. So just feel that fear flowing up and out down the grounding cord, just releasing it back into the center of the earth. Just letting it go. Maybe as you do, noticing if other parts of your body want to relax. If your shoulders want to relax, if your hips want to relax, anything that wants to relax, just let it as it releases. We'll take 2 more deep breaths here. And you can remove your hands from your feet. Now we can move on to our right foot, where we're just going to draw in and just feel what it's like to welcome that loving, supportive, and nurturing earth energy. So what we'll do this time is, again, we'll be looking at the same points. So again, the base joint of your toes. And this time, you just want to take your fingers, so taking your index finger and putting it in between your right big toe and your second toe. The middle finger will go between your second toe and your third toe. The ring finger between your third toe and the fourth toe. And the pinky finger is going to go in between the fourth toe and the fifth toe, just at those base joints. So it'll look a little bit like this. It's almost like you're playing a keyboard. And you can get playful with this. You know, if you want to do some tapping, you want to kind of move them up and down as we're talking, as we're playing. Just want you to tune in to these 3 points. Points right here, and we'll just imagine those knuckles right there. So the base knuckle of your second toe, let's associate that with hope. Hope that we'll find a way through. Hope that love will prevail. Hope that your connection with the earth is enough, and that it will create the opportunity we need to move forward. Hope in all that is, the infinite support that's available to us as citizens of the universe. And the second knuckle, I'd like you to connect with faith. Faith that it will all work out in the end. Faith that it always would. Faith that we are here because it's a chance for us to learn. Faith that we are gathering wisdom as we move through this time. And faith that our loving connection with the earth will always support us. And this last knuckle, the base knuckle of your fourth toe, let's associate that with love. Love for ourselves, love for the planet Earth, love for the relationship and the connection that we share. We can love our solar system for supporting us here on Earth. We can love our galaxy. We can love our universe. We can feel that right here on planet Earth. So just to put your fingers in those points, just connect again with that earth energy flowing up into your foot. And let's ask your right foot and your left foot to work together on this again. So whatever your right foot welcomes in, will also welcome into your left foot. So this time, let's give that energy a name as it comes in to the bottoms of our feet. Let's name it hope. Feel what that's like. What it's like if your foot is in a place of hope. Maybe even let that flow up to your heart. Maybe it already did. Feel what it's like when your foot is in a place of faith, and let that connect with your heart. So you're connecting with the earth, this place of faith. Feel what it's like to connect with the earth from this place of love. And just let that be so. Maybe even notice how hope and faith and love can all be there at the same time. Maybe even notice how they support each other, how having hope gives you greater faith and greater love, how having faith gives you greater hope and greater love, how having love gives you greater hope and greater faith. So maybe even letting all three of those exist right here in your foot, just the same way that those three knuckles are there side by side. And all you're doing is just feeling them, just feeling that they're already there. So maybe that's what we're doing here, is we're just feeling that hope, faith, and love that's already there. And there's no need for us to close down this experience, to close down this play. It's always okay to be grounded, to feel grounded, to run that earth energy consciously through your system. And it's always okay to feel hope, faith, and love in your body, in your feet, and in your heart. So in wonderful Pisces style, we can leave this open. We can leave it open-ended. Again, with that wonderful appreciation that Pisces offers us of how everything is so deeply connected. And when we welcome something into our feet, we're welcoming it into our whole body. Something that comes into one cell can reach every other cell. Maybe even notice how when you welcome it into your body, you're welcoming it into the earth below your feet. The earth is part of you, then if you welcome it into your space, you also welcome it into the earth space. So maybe the best thing that you can do is to feel that hope, faith, and love. Maybe it's all that matters. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's always such a pleasure to be with you, and I wish you the most wonderful month ahead. All my best.